Mr. Reed, you may call your next witness.
The state calls Mr. Stanley Yelnats.
Your Honor, I say we put the warden and Mr. Sir, aka Mary, in jail forever.
Whatever. I have a hair appointment at noon, so let's get on with it. Don't even sit down.
Is it true you're a juvenile delinquent? Why did you have to go to Camp Green Lake?
Yes and no. Well, the whole reason I had to go was because there was one member who got bit by a rattlesnake on purpose, and I wasn't going to serve in jail. Drop the mic.
That is not responsive. Tell me why you were sent there, you criminal.
Stanley, you will answer the questions directly. Mr. Reed, you will stop bursting into flames.
Sorry, Your Honor. I am passionate about digging holes.
The reason was because randomly shoes fell on my head and the cops caught me. And the shoes smelled bad, so I tried to bring them back to my dad to see if he could figure out why they smelled so bad. And then I chose that over jail in the court.
Wow, you were arrested for shoes out of all the things? That's so funny.
Ignore her, Stan the man. I do. Why did you have to dig holes?
The reason we had to dig holes was because the warden was the instructor of the entire camp, and she said it would help us learn our lesson, and the length of the hole had to be the length of your shovel. I couldn't tell what lesson I had been learning.
Stop crying. You are making me uncomfortable.
Get a hold of yourself, Stanley.
It's okay. Sometimes I cry too. Back to the holes. Did you learn the real reason she wanted you to dig holes?
Yes, the warden made us dig holes to try to see if we could find the very treasure that her ancestor had been trying to find for like a long time.
I always wanted to be a pirate and find buried treasure. Being a judge can be so boring.
Me too. Did you find anything, Stanley?
The thing that we found that the warden wanted us to find was a lipstick container, which I found, which she didn't look forward to finding. But it was marked with KB for Kissing Kate Barlow, a famous outlaw. And then later on, near the end, right before I...
Wait. You were talking too fast. You found treasure twice?
Sorry. Me and Zero wandered off into the desert, and then we ended up coming back to check in the hole that I found the lipstick container in, and then that's where we found the chest. And we got a lot of yellow spotted lizards on us, and it was not very...
Yikes, stop. What do lizards have to do with treasure?
Your Honor, we will get back to the lizards. I want to know what was in the treasure.
The chest was filled with money, gold, and riches we could never guess, and it belonged to my great ancestor, Elia Yelnats.
And who is this Zero fella?
Zero's real name is Hector Zeroni, the great grandson of Madame Zeroni, who put a curse on my family.
That seems awfully coincidental.
It's a plot device. Move along, Mr. Reed.
Sorry. I was just saying. Please continue about Zero.
Let me sum it up. I pretty much went to Camp Green Lake, found the treasure that my great-grandfather had planted, and I broke the curse upon my family by taking Zero up God's thumb and singing one very faithful song.
And that wicked woman was that mean to you?
Yes, making us dig holes, searching for treasure, when she could have just told us the whole reason and shut the whole program down and just made us all go to jail.
Now I'm crying.
I am getting too old for this. I say we lock this lady up.
I will try to work through the pain. Did she commit any crimes?
Yes. She told me that her nail polish is like snake venom, and she scratched Mr. Sir with her nails, and tried to tell me to open up the chest when I was leaving.
I'm tired of waiting. Get back to the lizards.
A yellow-spotted lizard on my second day, as I was going to my camp from the shower, came up behind me. When I turned around and looked at it, it like sprung up, and I like ran for my life, and Mr. Sir killed it.
That was not all that exciting. Can you spice it up a bit?
Yes, the other bad experience with lizards is that one night, me and Zero decided we wanted to go back to camp, get the treasure, and then leave. We found the treasure, but then the counselors, Mr. Sir, Mr. Pendensky, and the warden saw us, and yellow-spotted lizards jumped all over me, Zero, and...
Stop. Lizards are freaking me out. Why did they call you caveman?
Because I used to be big and tough. It had nothing to do with those little skimpy fossils.
I never had a nickname. Maybe because I had no friends. How are things now?
Things have been great. Zero found his mom and dad. All the boys at Camp Green Lake have been released. And my dad found a cure for foot smell.
That is enough for me. I declare Stanley awesome. I declare all the bad guys meanies. I declare Holes to be the bestest book ever.